Now, if you've been in the model train realm on YouTube lately, you've probably seen a video put out by Sid's Trains, RJ's Trains, and Maddie C's Trains about a train trip they went on last week or a couple weeks ago, and they said that I was there. I haven't shown my perspective yet, so in today's video, I thought I'd share with you my perspective of the trip. I apologize for this video being out so late. I wanted to get the post-production right, mainly because this is going to be a video for me as well to look back and reflect on later. So I wanted to get it right. I wanted it to be very high quality, and I wanted to be happy with it. So I've finished it. I'm ready to present it to you guys here on YouTube as well to kind of showcase my trip that I went on a couple weeks ago with some good train friends of mine. I greatly appreciate them for taking time out of their weekend. Thank you guys, greatly appreciate it. I hope this isn't the last trip that I get to go on. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what I did this past weekend. This is Sam's O-Gauge Trains and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, we find ourselves here at the Indianapolis International Airport. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here, but let's get through security and then I'll tell you a little bit more about what I'm going to be doing this weekend. All right, so the plan for this entire weekend, starting today and ending Monday, so the 6th through the 9th, August 6th through the 9th. Today, I'm heading down to Washington, D.C. to meet up with RJ from RJ's Trains. And then he's going to be showing me around D.C., all that fun stuff. It's been a while since I've actually been in Washington, D.C., so it'll be fun to go back and kind of see that all again. And then we have a 5:10 Amtrak train to New York City. And then from there, we're going to be getting on the Long Island Railroad. And then I'm going to meet up with Steven's Trains, Maddie C's Trains, and Sydney's Trains. And then I'm going to meet with them. I'm going to stay at Steve's house. I greatly appreciate Steve for letting me stay at his place instead of paying for a hotel. Really nice of him. We're going to be running trains basically all weekend at Steve's place. We're actually going to go to, I believe we're going to go to the NLOE, Nassau Lionel Operating Engineers Club. So that will be a fun time to run trains as well. And so through this entire trip, I'm planning to vlog the experience, mainly just for me, myself, and kind of remembering the trip, but also for you guys on YouTube. So after grabbing some coffee, I did a little bit of work on my laptop, and before I knew it, it was time to board the flight. The last time I had flown was back in 2018, so it was kind of exciting to fly again. I think the coolest part about this flight was the landing view into Reagan. I could see the Capitol building, the Washington Monument, and other famous DC landmarks. All right, so we have landed in DC. Now I need to go to the baggage claim to get my stuff, obviously, and then I need to get on the subway where I'm going to meet RJ's Trains at Union Station. Now, Washington, DC Airport, Reagan Airport is really big compared to Indianapolis, but I think I can find my way. So let's see if I can navigate around this area. All right, I got the luggage. We are good to go. Now let's try to find the metro system. All right, so I know I need the blue line, or not the blue, yellow line, all the way down towards downtown. So I need to be on this platform. I need the green belt line, which is the yellow line, and then I'll get off about halfway and I will change to the red line. Once I got my baggage, I had to navigate the subways, which was actually quite easy. Then I met RJ for the first time in person. Now I didn't vlog this part because I didn't want to shove a camera in his face, that being his first impression of me, but I was able to grab some lunch before my private historical tour of Union Station, thanks to RJ. We also visited the Transportation Museum to see RJ's favorite steam engine before catching the 5:10 Amtrak train. All right, so I met with RJ a couple hours ago. He was nice enough to give me a tour of DC for the time that we have. We have about 2 hours until we get on the Amtrak train, my first Amtrak experience. I have RJ to show me around with Amtrak, which is really cool.
So we're heading back to Union Station right now. We just walked around the park. We saw all the monuments, everything you do in DC. So yeah, we're gonna head back to the station, get a bite to eat, and then hop on the train. And that'll be really exciting because I've never been on an Amtrak train before, believe it or not. There's not really many Amtrak trains in Indiana, so
they're working on that.
They're working on it, but yeah. All right, so we're at Union Station. We've got trains everywhere. I've never seen this much trains in my life. We got stuff going on. We got trains down here. We have an FRA coach over there. We've got a train here. And then this is our train here. So right there is our train that me and RJ are gonna take back. So let's go ahead and get on board.
Before today, I had never traveled this far by train, let alone Amtrak. It was relaxing to sit back and watch the East Coast roll by me as we traveled up to speeds of 125 miles per hour.
So Sam, I want to congratulate you on your very first Amtrak ride. We're commemorating it with a wooden Acela.
Wow.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Remember your Amtrak experience.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Awesome.
Sorry you didn't get to ride the real one.
Hey, I'm still riding Amtrak, so appreciate this, RJ.
Thanks for riding Amtrak.
Alright, while the train is slowed down, I'm going to attempt to find a cafe and get me some Amtrak food. And as RJ says, it's for the experience.
It's always for the experience.
So, let's go. Alright, wish me luck. Fast forward a couple hours later and we are now in Penn Station. I just got my tickets for the Long Island Railroad and we got about an hour trip out to Steve's place. I'm gonna meet up with Steve, Sitch Trains, Matty C's Trains, and a couple other guys this weekend. So the Amtrak ride was absolutely amazing. I greatly appreciate RJ for showing me around Amtrak because I definitely would have been lost if I was here by myself. So I greatly appreciate that.
No, anytime. Anytime you want to ride on an Amtrak train, let me know.
Right. Yeah, it was lovely, a great first experience. I think my favorite part was eating in the diner car and watching the sunset over Baltimore.
Now is 8:56, step in, watch the closing doors, all aboard track 20.
As we pulled out of Baltimore, it was really cool. So that was a wonderful experience, and now it's time to see the other guys.
Yep.
We lucked out and we were able to board the new LIRR M9 cars. Now, due to my long day of flying and riding trains, I had some serious jet lag or train lag. I felt as if we were traveling, but when I looked outside, we weren't moving at all. Once RJ got off at his stop, my adrenaline started to awake me once again. I was quite excited to meet Steve, Sid, and Matt. I got off at the right stop and they picked me up. I didn't film this part either as I didn't want to shove cameras in their faces. After I headed home with them, it was time to rest up for day 2. So I was so excited about running trains, I didn't vlog that much on the second day. But I still got enough footage to describe the day. I woke up pretty early and pretty much went straight downstairs to get a full Lionel Legacy experience. That day alone, I ran the NLOE 1218, 611, New York Central E7s, and a couple other really cool steam engines. Then before lunch, the guys wanted me to stop by the Nassau Hobby store. We spent an hour or so checking out all they had for sale. I ended up walking away with an Atlas Monon scale boxcar. The next hour was watching Sid pace back and forth, debating whether to buy the S1. Alright, so we just went to Nassau Hobby Store.
Hobby Center.
Thank
Hobby
you.
Center.
Okay, Hobby Center. And Sid, do you want to tell them what you have decided? What happened before you went in the store and what happened after you went in the store?
Okay, so if you don't know who I am, I'm Sid from Sid's Trains. And
Who are you?
Oh,
Who are you? Who's this guy?
No. I had seen a brand new Lionel S1 duplex at a train store before I came up to Long Island, and I really wanted it. But I was just like, I'll pass. I come here and I told everyone here about it, and then they were like, you should get it, you should get it. So then I said, okay, maybe I'll think about it when we go to Nassau Hobby. And I go inside
What would
the
you
store.
say? Oh, you said that if
At
it was
breakfast.
$1,400.
Okay, yes. I said if it was a $1,400, just the price without the tax and all that, I would buy it. And of course, I walk in and I ask, and it's $1,430. So I'm just pacing back and forth, thinking about it and calculating if I can afford it. I'm dying inside. And then finally, I'm just like, screw it, I'm buying it.
After some decision making, Sid and Steve both bought the S1 and took a picture in front of the store celebrating their victory. After we came back from the store, we did a live unboxing, which is available on Sid's channel. If you want me to publish it as well, just ask in the comments and I can make it a shorter version. I can publish the whole thing, just let me know in the comments. Before we got too invested in our toys, we had to get ready for the cookout. By the way, I want to thank Steve for cooking for us at the cookout. The food was absolutely amazing, and I probably had one of the best steaks I'd ever had in my life. We had Greg from Nassau Lionel Operating Engineers Club, and we also had Blake from Utako Railfan and his brothers. We spent a good couple hours running trains and talking trains. It was really nice to be surrounded by like-minded people. Now, before this trip, I had never talked about or ran trains with this many people at once, so it was just a really nice experience, and it was great to meet up with people that I have been talking online for so many years, and now I'm finally able to meet them in person. Now that you've watched over half this vlog, you're probably starting to notice a trend and can easily guess what we did on the third day.
Alright, so welcome to day 3 of the vlog, and we're currently running trains this morning before we head over to the NLOE layout this afternoon. So I'll show you what we have here on the layout.
If you would like to see all of my running session footage, let me know in the comments. I have so many amazing shots of everyone's trains. So if you want to see something like that, let me know and I would be more than happy to throw that together and post it here on YouTube. After running trains, we drove over to the Nassau Lionel Operating Engineers Club. Now everyone but me and Sid had been to the layout, so we had to get the full tour before running trains.
Alright, so it is day 3 and I just walked into the Nassau Lionel Operating Engineers Club layout and just look at this. It's absolutely insane. Gonna be filming trains around it all afternoon. Just absolutely incredible. Let's go ahead and head up to the control panel here.
All
You
right.
want to give us a tour?
Yeah. So as you can see, these are all the monitors that we have that controls basically the whole blind spots of where you can't see the trains. And then you look down here, you got your 4 different panels that control various spots of the layout. The one here controls the entire mountain logging line. This one here controls mains 1 and 2. And then the one over here, you got mains 3 and 4. And then unfinished panel that we're still working on is our very complex roundhouse area, which this panel here will control this entire section here. But it's really intuitive. It's amazing, to put it very bluntly.
I want to thank Greg for taking time out of his Sunday to supervise us and let us run trains at the club layout. Before long, it was time to head home. The weekend was coming to an end. I want to dedicate the end of this vlog to giving out my gratitude and thanks to some special folks. First, I want to thank RJ for showing me around DC and taking me on Amtrak. It was an experience I'll never forget. Next, I want to thank Steve for hosting this event and letting me stay at his place. Your hospitality and kindness is unmatched. Next, I want to thank Greg and Matt for allowing me to visit the Nassau Lionel Operating Engineers Club. Lastly, I want to thank Sid for showing me how to use a legacy remote. By the end of the weekend, I had most of it figured out.